What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with a new video. And today, it is time that we do a post-mortem of the announcement that we heard yesterday from Governor Ron DeSantis. And let me be 100% clear before I start. DeSantis is still one of the best governors in the country. Alright, in spite of me thinking this is a dumb decision, I think he still is one of the best governors in recent memory. With that being said, however, this is a dumb idea to run for president, but I thought, okay, the announcement at least should be fine. The announcement was beyond a disaster. I have no words for what I witnessed yesterday, what millions or a couple 100,000 people listened to, because I'm still lost for words. What just happened? Now, before we get into today's post-mortem, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below. Guys, go follow Real American Politics on Twitter. It's a great Twitter account that I recommend everyone follows. Of course, follow the Rumble page in the description down below. And of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $3 a month, you could join Real American, which is a phenomenal deal, as it helps support the daily content we all know and love. You love the daily content? Well, this is the best way to support it. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Also, you may notice at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, we are going live with another 2024 gubernatorial prediction map. So in the top right corner, you'll see a link to the stream. Click the link, you'll get sent to the stream. Click the notification button, so the second the live stream starts, you get notified. Also, of course, hope everybody likes the stream. And of course, hope everyone shares with your friends. I want as many people tuning into these streams because everybody seems to enjoy them, and I like doing them. But of course, we will continue to do them if you guys do support the streams. So I hope everyone tunes in tonight. Alright, enough promotion stuff. Let's get into it. So, Governor Ron DeSantis announced his candidacy. And I thought this was going to be a very generic, not special announcement. Well, guess what? This was worse than I thought. Guys, this was a failure. This was a failure on all levels. You only get one chance to make a first impression. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis was a glitch. That's an understatement. So this announcement was supposed to happen at 6 p.m. yesterday. Well, it was pushed back a half an hour. 6:30 is the first time we heard DeSantis. Because for half an hour, there's nothing but weird music playing, Musk crashing, Twitter crashing, everything. It was falling apart at the seams. And let me be clear, that's not Team DeSantis' fault. Twitter obviously had a meltdown because a lot of people were tuning in. Even though more people tuned into the BBC stuff. Either way, that doesn't matter, right? When Musk was on BBC, apparently more people tuned in. That's not important. That's not the issue. The issue was, this was the only way we could have communicated, or DeSantis was able to communicate with everybody. One way. At least with RFK, or Ass Hutchinson, that's a better example. At least he did a live rally. RFK, he did do a Twitter space as well. The difference, he still had a live rally. He was still doing a live rally in person. I think he did it in Boston. So that means you could watch it on Twitter if you want to, but also YouTube, Rumble, a few other platforms. With Team DeSantis, they only did a Twitter space. No rally, no live event. You could only listen through a Twitter space. You can probably guess how that went. It didn't go too well. So we were half an hour late, and when DeSantis finally started to speak, he started off with an awful, absolutely terrible introduction. It was so boring. I nearly fell asleep. It was 5 minutes of, "My name is Governor Ron DeSantis, and I am running for president." And it was the most scripted, it's just absolutely boring event. If you want to do scripted events, that's one thing. But why do it behind a computer? when you can do it, at a live rally? Because at least with a rally, you could get energy from the crowd. With a Twitter event, you don't get energy from anybody. It was just it was just absolutely crazy what happened. It was a really boring event, and no real questions were asked. DeSantis really didn't talk about the economy, really didn't talk about crime, didn't mention trade at all. I wonder why. Didn't mention foreign policy, nothing. And the questions he were asked, they were 100% scripted by Team DeSantis. Because guess what? One of the bozos who I'm okay with him. I'm not saying he's a bad person. I shouldn't say bozo. But one of the people that asked him the question, he was a big DeSantis person, but he accidentally leaked a screenshot of the question, word for word. So Team DeSantis scripted every single question, or at least they pre-approved everything. And nothing talked about any issues that matter outside of immigration. I could care less about, virtual currency. I don't care. Why is that an issue? I mean, if the economy was soaring and there was no other major things, fine. Stuff like that could be cryptocurrency, whatever you want to call it. It could be an issue. But when the economy is falling apart, the border's a mess, crime is on the rise, trade may not end too well for America. We're still losing many jobs to China. We got to start building stuff here. With all that in mind, why ask a question about Bitcoin? And on top of that, why do you select only DeSantis people to ask questions? Why? This is a big problem that I have. He's seemingly hiding behind a wall. I guess you could say a basement, whatever you want to call it. And he's only allowing DeSantis people with pre-scripted questions to ask him questions. That's not a good thing. At least with Trump, when he does town halls, they are undecided. Yes, he may get questions in advance, but these people, they're actually asking questions that matter, not just praising him. I mean, that's what happened. Half the people did nothing but praise Musk or praise DeSantis. They didn't really ask that nuance of questions. There was only one question with any worth, and that was related to immigration. And it was a copy and paste of President Trump. Word for word, that was Trump. We need to build a wall. Bring back Remain in Mexico. We got to get rid of catch and release. All of that. Nothing about mandatory e-verify. Nothing unique. Just a copy and paste. And let me be clear also. The cultural stuff, which is supposed to be DeSantis' strong suit, I just got irritated listening to it. Because I heard the word woke like 15 freaking times in an hour. The word woke. If you say it a couple times, it's fine. But when you say basically every other sentence, you start to lose people because it's just becoming less and less impactful. It's like when the left uses racist. It used to be worth something. Now, when you call somebody racist, who freaking cares? It's just not as powerful as it used to be. I mean, the cultural stuff, yes, it's good they got rid of critical race theory. That is good. But how are you going to do that nationally? He didn't really answer that. He just said, as governor, we were able to, get rid of critical race theory. Okay. You have a supermajority in the state legislature. I hope you were able to. But how are you going to do that nationally? He really didn't ask questions about that. And this is the funny part. Many DeSantis people, and again, not all of them are bad. Right? Around 10% of them on Twitter, they're the problem. They're really irritating. They're delusional. But most of them were saying, well, DeSantis is looking to the future. Well, all he did was look at his past 6 years as governor. He really didn't answer anything for the future. He said, yeah, as Florida governor, we banned critical race theory. That's a good thing. But what are you going to do nationally? He didn't answer anything about 24. He really didn't. And he avoided the question of Trump entirely. There was one question where he should have said the name Trump, like praise him or something. He avoided it purposely. It's just like, dude, that did not seem that good. But I thought that was as bad as it got. But somehow it gets worse. His website. Look at this. This is real. Doesn't this look like a blog post to you? This looks like a Tumblr page or whatever it's called. That's what I thought it was for a second. Apparently, this is his actual website, RonDeSantis.com. Look at this. It looked like some guy that has maybe a year of graphic design, or not even that, a newbie, whatever. He got 5 minutes to create this. That's what this looks like. I mean, a crappy gradient background? Where's the issues page? And I did find it eventually, but it's not really an issues page. But this just looks bad. It literally looks like a Tumblr page. That's what I thought it was originally. It's not good. There's some people saying, this is the greatest thing I've ever saw. You probably should look at more websites then. But it just looks awkward. It doesn't fit right. The logo looks atrocious. That's the worst part about all of this. That stupid 3-star and 3-stripe logo. Whoever designed that is a freaking moron. It doesn't look good. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't look good at all. But I did eventually, like I said, find a semi-issues page. It was his announcement. And we're going to go over this. I didn't read much of this, but let's go through it, because maybe there's something good. Maybe he talks about the economy. Maybe he talks about something important for 24. And what I consider the most important issues is the economy, foreign policy, immigration, crime, trade kind of up there. I would say manufacturing. Manufacturing, I guess you could say, trade, whatever. Something related to getting jobs back in America, made in America. Those are the top 5 issues, I would say. Again, cultural issues are important, but right now, most Americans are more worried about these 5. So, cultural issues, yes, we got to win the future when it comes to that. But right now, the forefront issues is the economy, crime, immigration, etc. Not really other stuff. So let's look at it. And again, that's not a bad thing he mentions cultural issues. Just, if he doesn't mention the really important issues, that's going to happen for voters at least, that may be a problem for DeSantis. I am running for president of the United States because I want to lead our great American comeback. That literally sounds like Trump. Is it not a Trump slogan? I'm pretty sure that's a Trump slogan, but I understand Trump copied Reagan with the Make America Great Again, but still, it just seems a bit too much a copy, but I'm not going to say anything about it. Just, yeah, I don't know. If that's a slogan, it's okay, but I would have went with something different. Our country is going in the wrong direction. We see it with our eyes, and we feel it in our bones. Why mention that last part? Just say we feel it. We just, we see it, and we're feeling how we feel in our wallets. You could have said that. I don't know. But that's a nitpick, I guess, whatever. Our southern border has collapsed and drugs are pouring into our country, killing tens of thousands of our fellow Americans. Okay, I like that he's focusing on immigration. All right. Our cities are being hollowed out by spiking crime, the result of weak-driven policies. Okay, that's 2 of the 5. Our federal government is making it harder for the average family to make their ends meet and to attain and maintain a middle-class lifestyle. Okay, that's 3. So far, it's actually kind of good. So far, it's 3 of the 5. Our president lacks vigor, flounders in the face of nation's challenges, and takes his cues from the woke mob. Somewhat with foreign policy, but alright, I'll give it to him. These first 3 are going to be massive issues for voters in 24. But the last one, you're going to notice this a lot with DeSantis. He's going to say woke so much. You could say it once or twice. When you start saying it many more times like he did last night, it just doesn't work. It doesn't have the same punch as, it did a couple of years ago or even a couple months ago when everybody is saying it constantly. But it doesn't have to be this way. American decline is not inevitable. It is a choice. We should choose a new direction, a path that will lead to an American revitalization. All right. We must restore sanity to our nation. This means embracing fiscal and economic sanity. Stop pricing hardworking Americans out of a good standard of living through inflationary borrow, print and spend policies, and embrace American energy independence. Okay, that is 1 of the 5, but here's my problem. This is a problem that I have with many of these other candidates, actually except Trump, surprisingly. They're not mentioning how. When you just say, we need to embrace fiscal sanity, do you just mean cutting taxes more? Do you mean cutting spending? Maybe he goes on later to explain what he means, but it somewhat hits the point. But when you just say we need to embrace fiscal sanity, you gotta go more in detail. This also means replacing the woke mind virus. Again, with the woke stuff, with reality, facts, and enduring principles. Merit must trump identity politics. All right, I agree with that second part. But here again, why keep using the word woke? Just like I said, using it once or twice is fine. But I guarantee you, we're probably going to see it 15 more times. But who knows? Maybe I may be shocked. America is a sovereign country and our borders must be respected. We cannot have foreigners pouring into our country illegally by the millions. And we cannot allow drug cartels to poison our population with fentanyl. Yep, another major issue we talked about. The public deserves safe communities and law and order must be maintained. We cannot permit the inmates to run the asylum. And we must reject attacks on the men and women of law enforcement. He hits crime. Okay, we're starting to get there. It seems like we're starting to get something. We must reestablish integrity in our institutions. This includes our military, U.S. Navy and Iraq veteran. This doesn't seem right. Is that what he's calling? He is a veteran, right? Yeah. He did serve in the Navy, but I think this may be a mistake. I could be wrong, but kind of weird placement. Either way. When revered institutions like our military are more concerned with the matters not central to the mission, from global warming to gender ideology and pronouns, morale declines and recruiting suffers. We need to eliminate those distractions and get focused on the core mission. Alright, okay. Reforming the military. We're starting to get to the foreign policy stuff. I can feel it. But, yeah, I think he should have said, we need to eliminate this stuff and focus on making sure, American citizens are protected or something. But this is fine, I guess. We cannot have a true constitutional government if the most significant issues are decided by the whims of unelected bureaucrats rather than the people's elected representatives. Reestablishing integrity in our institutions means we reinvigorate our constitutional system. Sorry about that, there was a quick cut, something cut in the video, but you get the point. By returning the government to its rightful owners, we the people. No social or economic transformation without representation. Okay, so government reform, I'll take it. Truth must be our foundation, and common sense can no longer be an uncommon virtue. In Florida, we prove that can be done. We choose facts over fear. We choose education over indoctrination. We choose law and order over rioting and disorder. We held the line when freedom hung the balance. Florida is now thriving as a result, the fastest growing state, number one in net in migration, number one in business formations, number one in education, a 50-year low crime rate, and one of the lowest tax and debt per capita rates in America. Governing is not entertainment. It's not about building a brand or virtue signaling on social media. It is about results. Our results in Florida have been second to none. So again, I'm fine when he talks about his accomplishments, but I don't want this to be nothing but, well, see what I did in Florida? How are you going to how are you going to improve America? Not just talk about Florida. But I do like the fact that he's talking about some of his accomplishments. I'm fine with that. Just don't go so much as, well, you see here, I've been the governor of Florida for 6 years, not 15, and we've done a great job. It's just like, that's not going to work as much as being a former president. I pledge to be an energetic executive that will take note on the important issues head on. Biden has pursued inflationary policies that are hurting working people. We will reverse these policies and build an economy where working Americans can achieve a good standard of living. Biden has opened the southern border and allowed massive amounts of drugs to pour in the country. We will shut down the border, construct the border wall, and hold the drug cartels accountable. Biden has embraced medical authorization, such as an unconstitutional mandate. I'm not allowed to say that, YouTube. I'm sorry. But we will ensure that these violations of liberty can never happen again. Biden has allowed a woke ideology to drive his agenda. Oh, gosh. It's true, but when you hear it over and over again, it just gets annoying. We will never surrender to the woke mob, and we will leave woke ideology in the dustbin of history. I hope so, but again, it's not getting the same punch as, if you say it once or twice. When you say 5 times in a sentence, it's not a good sign. Biden has politicized the military and caused recruiting to plummet. We will eliminate ideological agendas from the military, focus on the military's core mission, and reverse the poor recruiting trends. Biden has weaponized the power of the administrative state to advance his left-wing agenda. We will reconstitutionalize the executive branch and bring the administrative state to heel. So that last part I do like. That's one thing that we got to focus on also. Government reform. We cannot allow the shenanigans to happen again where a sitting president can essentially be cooed out of office. That's starting to seem like that's what it was. You can't do any of this if you don't win. There's no substitute for victory. We must end the culture of losing that has infected the Republican Party in recent years. The tired dogmas of the past inadequate for the vibrant future. We must look forward, not backwards. Dude, not looking to the past when you literally said that 5 sentences ago. I know it's a bit different, but still. The courage to lead, the strength to win. To voters participating in this primary promise, I can promise this. If you nominate me, you could set your clock to January 2025. At high noon, because of the west side of the Capitol, I will be taking the oath of office as the 47th President of the United States. No excuses, I will get it done. The past few years have been great new appreciation of the fragility of our freedoms. Founding fathers were nearly aware of this, studied every republic in the history of mankind. We have a lot of work to do to ensure our country gets back on track. I ask you to join me on this mission. That wasn't really an issues page. That was just more of a pure announcement. But yeah, that some of it was good, but it's not like really specific things. Like Trump, at least he's saying we gotta reduce the visas being sent out. We need to have E-Verify or something. DeSantis really just says we need to, embrace fiscal sanity. Well, how? Outside of that, it was okay. This is better than, I guess, the Twitter stuff, but still, it does not seem like that this was planned ahead thoroughly. It seemed like this was set up yesterday. But anyways, folks, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the Twitter accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.